Everyone was having a good time at the wedding. The lights sparkled, the music played, and laughter filled the giant ballroom. Then suddenly, someone shouted, "Get her out of here! She doesn't belong at this wedding." The voice was loud and sharp. People stopped talking. Their heads turned toward a young woman in a simple blue dress. Two security guards rushed over and grabbed her by the arms. The woman, Leela, looked completely shocked. She didn't fight back or make a scene. She just stood there, frozen, as everyone stared. The woman who gave the order was Monica, the wedding planner. She looked proud of what she had done. She believed Leela had no right to be there. No one else knew the truth yet. They had no idea who Leela really was. Leela's heart beat fast. Her cheeks turned red, but she stayed silent. From a distance, another woman watched closely, her fists tight, her eyes filled with hurt. This wasn't supposed to happen, and no one was ready for what came next. Leela Evans never cared about fancy things. She grew up in a small town where people shared what they had and helped each other. Her dresses came from thrift shops, and her shoes were always secondhand. But Leela didn't mind. She liked keeping life simple. When she met Ryan Carter, everything changed. He wasn't just any guy, he was one of the richest tech geniuses in the country. But Ryan didn't fall for Lila's looks or style. He loved her heart. And Leela loved him too, but she had one big request. No one could know who she was until their wedding day. Ryan thought it was a funny idea, but he agreed. Leela had her reasons. She wanted to see how people treated her if they didn't know she was the bride. Would they respect her or look down on her? She didn't expect to be judged so harshly. And she definitely didn't expect what would happen at the wedding. Annika, the woman in charge of planning the wedding, had never liked Lila from the start. She always rolled her eyes at Lila's simple dress ideas and homemade decorations. Monica clearly thought Lila wasn't good enough for someone like Ryan, but Leela kept quiet and tried to stay out of the spotlight. On the day of the wedding, Lila wore a plain outfit and stayed close to the staff, just like she planned. She didn't want anyone to recognize her before the big moment. But then it happened. Monica saw her and smirked. She didn't say, "That's the bride." Instead, she called over security and said, "She doesn't belong here. Take her out." Leela's heart dropped as the guards grabbed her. People began whispering. Some laughed. Others looked away. Still, Leela didn't shout or cry. She let it happen, hoping someone would realize the truth. But no one did. Not yet. And Monica? She stood there smiling, proud of what she had done. Just when it seemed like no one would stop what was happening, a loud voice cut through the room. "What is going on here?" Everyone turned. It was Ryan. He stood tall at the front of the room, his eyes locked on the guards holding Lila. The music stopped. The whispers went silent. Monica's face turned pale. Ryan walked quickly toward them, his voice now cold. "Let her go." Leela pulled her arms free and took a deep breath. Then, in a clear voice, she said, "I'm the bride." Gasps filled the room. People stared in shock, unsure what to do. Monica looked like she'd seen a ghost. She opened her mouth to speak, but couldn't find the words. For a second, Leela felt scared. Had she ruined everything? Would Ryan be angry? But then Ryan stepped forward, gently took her face in his hands, and kissed her in front of everyone. "I'm so sorry," he whispered. Then he looked at Monica and said, "You're fired." And just like that, everything changed. The room stayed quiet after Ryan spoke. No one moved. No one dared to say a word. Monica stood frozen, her eyes wide with shock. A few moments later, security escorted her out this time. She was the one being removed. Ryan turned to the crowd. "This woman, Leela, is the love of my life," he said. "If anyone has a problem with how she looks or where she comes from, you're free to leave just like Monica." Nobody left. In fact, many of the guests looked embarrassed. A few who had laughed before came over to apologize. Some even praised Leela for staying calm when things got bad. Later that evening, Leela changed into the beautiful dress she had picked weeks ago. It wasn't flashy, but it was perfect for her. Ryan held her hand tightly the entire time. As they danced together under the stars, Lila looked up and smiled. Still think I'm too simple for you? Ryan leaned in and kissed her. Not even close. You're everything I ever wanted. And for the first time, the whole room saw it too. After everything that had happened, the wedding felt different, but in the best way. It wasn't about the fancy decorations, the expensive food, or the shiny lights anymore. It was about love. Real love. Leela stood next to Ryan, now in her elegant wedding dress. She looked confident, calm, and more beautiful than ever. Ryan never let go of her hand. Every time someone looked at her, it wasn't with judgment anymore, it was with respect. The same guests who once ignored or laughed at her now lined up to say kind words. They told her how brave she was. Some even admitted they had been wrong. And the best part? Monica was gone. Her ugly attitude was no longer part of their day. As the music played, and Lila and Ryan danced their first dance as husband and wife, they didn't worry about what anyone thought. They just smiled, laughed, and held each other close. Still think I don't belong? Leela teased. Ryan smiled. You don't just belong, you make everything better. And this time, everyone finally understood why. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. Maybe drop a karma for Monica, too. Leela showed us that real love doesn't care about money or looks, it sees the heart. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next story. In the end, Lila and Ryan proved that love is more than just appearances or money. It's about staying true to who you are and never letting others define you. If you believe in the power of real love, hit that like button and don't forget to leave a comment. We'll see you next time with another amazing story.